Everyone, welcome back to SAT Math Question of the Day. Here's our question of the day. Please try it, pause the video, come back, and we'll do it. It is a calculator section from an older test. In a group of eight children, 2 have freckles and 6 do not have freckles. If one of the 8 children is selected at random, what is the probability of selecting the child who has freckles? Wow, this is just absolute straight probability. Wait, who has freckles? Who has freckles? 2 have freckles. So it's 2 over 8, or 0.25. Right. Yeah, this is just the basic, most, I don't know, the basic definition of probability. Of a probability is just the number of choices that pass the test divided by all the number of choices. So, yeah, you have to be sure to read the question, though. So, looks pretty straightforward as a just absolute straight probability question. Yeah, what is the probability? Right. So, you need to know, what probability means. Seth, do you have any comment?
No, sure, but unless we could talk about the distractors.
Yeah. I guess we could. We want to write down what probability is. Probability. How would you say? You were going to say it better than me. Not number of choice. Yeah, you have a better definition because you have a lot more experience with probability than I do. But what would you say? A good definition, not necessarily the best definition technically, but a good working definition of probability. Something about number of choices, number of favorable outcomes, something like that. Number of favorable divided by the total number. F means favorable.
Yeah.
Favorable, so we should write that. Favorable. And this is total number of total, favorable what? Outcomes. Oh, well, it's not really outcome. It's number of choices. But what's going on here? What are you writing? F. Oh, A. Okay, A is the number of favorable plus the number of non-favorable. Got it. So stop with the union stuff. Total number of favorable outcomes divided by either total outcomes.
Yeah. Favorable is what they tell you the probability is of. So favorable means the probability of something, and this is the condition for being favorable.
Okay, right.
For Joel says favorable.
Condition.
So whenever you talk about probability, you have to talk about what it is the probability of.
Yeah.
Right. And then to figure out to figure out what the number is, you have to know what the total number of things that are being sampled, and you have to know the number of those that are favorable.
Yeah,
and that's the probability when the items that are being sampled are sampled at random, selected at random. That's what the at random means.
Yes, that's right.
More technically, they're selected with equal probability.
Yeah.
That means it doesn't. That means that there's no distinction between how likely one of them is selected versus another.
Yeah.
For
example, it would be sort of silly if they said, "Okay, you have 2 people have freckles, 6 do not. What is the if you look around the room and you purposely choose someone with freckles, what is the probability that you're choosing someone with freckles?" that would be 100% because you
Yeah.
are. That's not random anymore. You're right. So that just came in a little subtle there. That is important actually. That is important because that's the only way that this probability
Yeah, man, yeah.
definition applies. But
Yeah.
common sense also applies here. Okay, so we do the 4 questions. Would you do this as a multiple choice question? Would you do this backwards? Would you just take every answer and check it and do the problem backwards? No, and it doesn't really apply. Would you do this problem different from in school? In school may not be multiple choice, but you would do it the same way. The calculator, no, I mean, if
You
maybe
put in your calculator
maybe.
2 divided by 8.
I guess you could if you're not really confident converting fractions to decimals. It's possible a calculator could help, but frankly, it would be
So you
blowing some
use a
time.
so if a calculator, what you do is calculate 2 divided by 8.
Right, exactly. And then we made the big idea. What are they trying to ask? What do they want to see if you know? They want to see if you know basically how to calculate simple, straightforward, vanilla is the plain old vanilla probability of a relatively simple question. A definition of probability in its simplest form.
Yeah.
Yeah, in its simplest application, actually. In its simplest application. So that's it, right?
That's it.
We're done. Great. Okay, good. 6 minutes and 32 seconds. So I'm Joel. I have a PhD in mechanical engineering from Columbia University. Seth's a math PhD from MIT. He's been teaching computer science for many years in SUNY Albany. He's now retired. We are here to hopefully offer different approaches, give different insights on how to do the SAT math questions. We're going back to older tests, although now the tests are digital. So practice on Bluebird. The SAT offers practice tests. Do all the practice tests, but first practice on a slew of their other practice questions to get good at the sections of math that you're a little weak on. And if you want extra practice, you go to Khan Academy. They have a digital SAT course where they give you 600 or 700 math questions on all the different topics on the SAT. They tell you exactly what's on the SAT. So go ahead, practice, and learn from your mistakes. And that's really it, right?
That's it.
That's it. If you have any SAT math questions, please email them to us at satmathquestionoftheday@gmail.com. And please send us comments. We take all the comments very seriously, and the feedback is important for us to try to help you as much as we can. Okay, everyone, have a great day.